guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk? And I'll add spinach and ginger. And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
Hello and welcome to the Saville Shootout here at the Saville Center in Edmonton, Alberta. The semifinals are here on the women's side, and we are thrilled to bring you this matchup between Team Serena Grey Withers and Team Uijeongbu live here in Edmonton. Marty Thompson with you. Terry Corbin will be providing color commentary. I'm sure he'll be with us here shortly to tee up what will be a very interesting matchup. We have two very talented teams coming from very much different perspectives. We have Team Serena Grey Withers, a young squad. They've been playing quite a bit here early on in the season, won their first event at the U25 Next Gen Curling Canada event. Done quite well here as well in their home club. 3-1 through the round robin, and they took a pretty nice win against Caitlin Laws in the quarterfinals earlier. Very aggressive team, very fun to watch. Meantime, we do have this Korean side in Uijeongbu that is one of the favorites going in, no doubt. Reigning Korean champions. They had to squeak out their quarterfinal as well. We'll get to all that here as the game progresses, but it does look like we are easing into this first end, so to speak, as seem to be sort of steering towards a blank. Lindsay Burgos settled in, throwing second stones here for Grey Withers. They're throwing the yellow stones. Zoe Cinnamon leading off for them. Kathleen Clifford throwing vice stones. They're the sweepers here. Clifford calling a little heavy out of her teammates' hands. Carve is on here for Zoe Cinnamon. Skip Uijeongbu settling in here. Ian Sol is the lead. Suji Kim is their second here, as you see. And Minji Kim is throwing vice stones for this team. Always love to see a double slider sweeper setup. A little old school for sure. Three-time Korean champions, reigning Korean champions. Played together for 5 seasons with this lineup. Just waiting for that sort of grand slam breakthrough for them. I know they've won one, but certainly been knocking at the door. Meantime, this young squad of Alberta, former University of Alberta players have been around the circuit as much as they're young curlers. They've been around for quite a while, competing at a high level. Waiting to make a similar breakthrough at the women's side. Uijeongbu undefeated through the first 5 games of this event. Took a 7-3 win over fellow Korean team in Park in their first game, 7-5 over Deschefart of Alberta, 6-4 over the Saskatchewan team at Thevenot, and then 5-4 over Corinne Brown to close out the round robin undefeated, and then took a really nice 5-4 win over Richards in the quarterfinal. Very tight game. And he needed a deuce at the end to break the deadlock, and they did so. Advancing to take on this Grey Withers team, who, as we mentioned earlier, really nice quarterfinal, well played against a really tough team in Caitlin Laws. This Grey Withers team lost their first game of the event against Wang, the Chinese team, 8-3. Then since then have been pretty decisive, 8-1 against Kate Cameron, 7-4 against Mila Plett. Really in control of that game. Closed it out with a 6-4 win against Soslinski of Alberta to finish the round robin at 3-1. And as mentioned, they had that solid quarterfinal win against a team with lots of Scotties experience, lots of international experience, of course, with Caitlin Laws at the helm.
Yeah, Marty, I had an opportunity to watch the Plett game.
Terry Corbin just joined us. Terry, I know we watched that game a little bit together, and
that's right. Yes, we did. Yeah,
I was there too. Trust me, I was there too.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I was waiting to ask you about just exactly how aggressive this team played in that game, because there were some similarities in the Laws game that I'm sure people who had watched this sort of checked in on. We do know that this is their home ice. They're used to the conditions, but at the same time, going up against these Korean champions, these world bronze medalists, reigning world bronze medalists, might be time for a shakeup of how their strategy goes, I guess, and how they're going to approach this game.
Yeah, I kind of think so. I found in our semifinal game, in our quarterfinal game, Carrie Anderson and UB Park, they're not afraid to play aggressive. A lot of these Korean teams, and I would expect here, the GIM team to be very aggressive. I'd look at being aggressive because this is their home ice, or what am I trying to say? Grey Withers, that they play here, and so they do have an advantage. So I would be trying to make sure that I made shots as difficult as possible for them, and I think that's the way you do it, is by playing fairly aggressive, especially early on.
Certainly worth a shot to also play a game that quite well, and this team is certainly not shying away from aggressive play against not only some players that are similar ilk with Mila Plett, but against Caitlin Laws going up the ladder. They do not shy away from that. Unji Gim does have the hammer in this game to start. So they have the better record through the round robins, so they get that advantage off the hop. So we have Serena Grey Withers opting to, I guess, split the house maybe here, Terry, or hide a rock to try to sort of look for the force.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me. They are sitting, I believe, one at the back. That is on.
It looks like it.
Yeah. I mean, certainly getting it T-line or better eliminates, kind of that double. But as you could also play it, fairly high and make it a steep double if they chose to take it on.
First, the skip stones here in the first. The local Serena Grey Withers delivers. Something to watch too. I know in our game yesterday, Terry, just seeing how much rocks curl inside out, and it seemed to be a little different at different spots. This isn't coming over maybe as much as they thought it would, but it's still a good spot.
The GIM team just played this shot, so you would expect this to have a high percentage of make.
And their skipper here, Uijeongbu, bronze medalist last year in 2024. She also won the World Championship bronze back in 2014.
So she's been around for a while.
In a good way, for sure. Hold this rock straight. And they might just be able to tick that rock at the back. They do, so they are looking good here to try to get out of this with a blank.
Yeah, really good shot. I honestly did think that Serena was going to the other side and not behind that one. So my apologies.
Oh, that's all good. Serena is going to try to hit and roll and try to get underneath this guard and try to make this as hard as possible for this Korean team in the first end.
I said the last time we were here doing the Grey Withers team, I really like this Catherine Clifford, the vice for Serena Grey Withers.
Certainly seems to throw a good rock. I haven't seen her miss much in terms of hits here in the last couple of games. Yeah. Been playing quite well. It's the out turn here from the skipper, her final stone in the first end. Burgess keeping this rock straight, looking for a big roll. Now it does look it's
a big one.
It's going to be a thinner part of that red stone than they would have hoped for. So that is a pretty easy blank there for Gim in the first end, as they look to retain that hammer advantage. Yeah, maybe just misread the ice there on that. I know the hits have been a little tricky at spots. You know, you play up, they seem to run straight.
Well, and you saw Serena, you know, kind of trying to communicate, hey, it's way out there, guys. But the late finish, I mean, I guess you don't want to kind of not sweep it and have it not roll.
Well, the least exciting shot in curling, a chance to test out the skipper's ability, it looks like, for just kind of a nice control weight takeout and getting a chance to see what the ice does down that path. A blank in the first end. We will be right back with the second here at the Saville Center.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
A high-level competition.
Welcome back here to the Saville Center here. Marty Thompson with you. alongside Terry. We were just talking a little bit off camera, Terry Corbin,
Yes.
just about how this Korean team had actually won the right to represent their country at the Winter Olympics coming up here in February. And they won it this spring, actually, or this summer, just a few months ago. And you're just sort of saying how, you know, they have such a big lead in, and it's so much different than how this country does it in Canada, where, you know, our trials are coming up in December and it's turnaround a few months later. You're competing for the biggest prize in the game.
Yeah. I'd like to see our team selected a little earlier and prepare all season, and, you know, kind of the Olympics being the climax.
Certainly so many considerations in this game in this country, so many different factors, and, you know, it's up to the powers that be to manage them all. And, you know, I think
go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, I think the athletes would certainly agree with your take, but, you know, there's sometimes there's many considerations, including from the athletes themselves, that can sometimes influence that, right?
Well, yeah, 100%. I mean, I think what I was going to say kind of off camera there is, like, for, you know, our Olympic trials, it is such a grind. It is so much pressure. The want to represent your country and having so many teams that are capable of representing your country. It's all wrapped up into, you know, kind of we'll call it a week of performance. But I mean, the preparation as well. I mean, you've got, you know, many teams preparing to be that Olympic representative. And so it's, you know, that starts, you know, well, it starts right after the Olympics ends, I guess, you know, the new cycle. But there's just so much preparation that goes into it. And I just think that if we had our representative named a little earlier, it would allow for, like, you know, really high intense specific training, more so than what we're doing now. It's such a, you know, I mean, coming down from winning the right to represent your country, especially here in Canada, is just like, we just do it differently. I mean, if you're over in some countries in Europe, like, they hand pick their teams, and some teams hand pick, you know, the positions that teams play. So we do it differently for sure. But again, like, we just have so many teams that are worthy representatives of wearing the flag. Or I guess the leaf.
yeah.
Sorry.
By
wear
way,
the flag.
yeah. The flag is primarily the leaf. You know, that's the most important part of the flag. So, I will just say, just as a point, and this is to be maybe a little pragmatic, and I know there's lots of opinions that go about this, and they're all valid, but I think that, you know, what Jocelyn Peterman and Brent Gallant have to say at the end of this cycle about the preparations that they've had for mixed doubles, because they were crowned the Canadian doubles champions and the Olympics, I guess the trials winners, what have you, last January. It was over December and into January. So to ask them how their preparation was different, because they have both competed for Canada at the Olympics in fours, you know, I think their input would be quite important, just to sort of at least balance it out. You know, if one of those athletes said, hey, look, you know, all these considerations aside, you know, we didn't notice the big difference, or I said, yeah, this was really important, I think that's really got to be the people you listen to at that, in terms of stakeholders at that point.
Yeah, and I mean, and Brent has the, I guess, the opportunity to represent not only in mixed doubles, but also with the men's team. Does he not? Or did he eliminate himself from?
I'm not. I believe that has changed, but that wasn't in my prep. I don't have that written down.
Oh my God! No, I have to go away now.
So I will not comment on that, just in case. Hey, look, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with honesty.
Lindsay Burgess delivering here her second of 2, throwing second for this team out of Alberta. Clifford putting that broom down right away, trying to keep a few feet on it. See how this finishes. Really wide.
It's going to be short. I mean, there looks like there's a hole there.
Yeah, really tempting port for this Korean side.
I would think if, you know, they look like they're pretty even. So, I mean, you could go off of the guard if you didn't go through and get rid of those two things and maybe even slip right through the holes after making contact with 2 stones.
So good chance this team with the hammer to sit 2 with a decent little set in the rings. In-turn hit coming here from Suji Kim. Really got to keep this straight, yeah.
But here's where I'm talking about the rock going right through the hole and eliminating both the guards. So good call, good call.
I think you called that, Terry. That still is a pretty good miss. So we'll see the replay there. The guards were just set up in such a way you see the ricochet down.
That's right.
Perfect.
And the roll that they got on top of that, you know. Oh, geez.
Played quite well to tolerance. Catherine Clifford here. Throwing third stones. Pretty deadly on your interns. Chance to just remove that red. Working hard to keep this rock straight. We'll get a little flop under and just bump that red stone ever so slightly. Now does this Gim team have a double and to be able to split the rings as well? This Korean side trying to steer this end towards a deuce. Wonji Kim, the 26-year-old, throwing third stones. Hard to get a decent chunk of this yellow stone. They will move it, but not remove it. As Gray Withers now has a chance to really flip the script here and separate the rings herself.
Mm-hmm. Kind of unfortunate there. There's an opportunity missed. Oh, I would have liked to have seen that replay.
Gifford now on the out-turn hit. And I know you mentioned, Terry, just how much you've liked her game so far, the games we've seen, and really it's just been the hitting from her that's been quite exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, she's been really steady, like really steady. I like the delivery. I mean, I like everything about it.
Got a really nice extension as well.
Yeah, everything just seems to, you know, be very smooth and everything stays connected. I've really been impressed with her throwing.
This Korean team looking for the
something
deuce and get a blank. Yeah, but they're not going to quite get there.
Yeah, even if you roll over towards the, you know, the yellow one, it would have been probably ideal. But the other thing now is the way it's set up. I think anyway, is if she gets the roll underneath, she's taking out the back one. Would be my guess. Just and get a really good look at it because I was thinking that that thing was going to roll, but.
University of Alberta graduate Gray Withers steps in. Originally from Rosewood, Manitoba.
Yeah, if she had got the roll that she wanted underneath, I think she would have taken it. The one that she was, the back one there in the 12-foot. So now, I mean, Jim's got an opportunity to, you know, I think get the roll and make the double. It may be hard to see because I know it's a little distorted on the camera. Looks like about a half a rock, and I guess you might roll too far and out the rings.
Big shot for the skipper in her first of two.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the shape there just in the overhead camera. Out turn, lots of weight. It's already a little too close to the center line for the sweeper's liking. Really pushing this rock out though. Really nice sweep. Can they get it? They will not, but all credit to the sweeping there. They really just kept pushing that rock out ever so slightly.
Yeah, and as you see where that rock ended up, I mean, and how close she was to, you know, making contact with the yellow rock, she probably could have stayed in the rings for sure.
So the winner of this game will take on the winner of the other semifinal, which is between Carrie Anderson and Tabitha Peterson. Manitoba versus Minnesota game there. Anderson has taken 2 points in the second end. They're up 2-0. Peterson does have the hammer though. And just the one score report on the men's side, which is also in action. Cameron DeYoung versus Scott Dunham, another Canadian versus U.S. matchup. Dunham taking 4 in the first end. Looks like it was a steal as well. It looks like it was a steal. Yeah, take a big 4-0 lead in that semifinal. Really nice sweep here from Burgess to bring this rock over, and the skipper anticipates and is likely pleased with the result, though it does give Gim something.
Yeah, probably have to throw this pretty hard to make the double and roll out. This is one of those, do you take on the double or do you take your one? I mean, you might end up with one taking on the double, but I mean, if you're content with taking the one, then I mean, I think you play it that way. And it looks like she's playing it that way.
Final stone here in the second end. The Korean team with the hammer. And they played safe.
Yeah.
Taking their one. Smart veteran call there. Take their point. We'll be back with the third end. Gray Withers with the hammer after this.
That's life. That's what all the people
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Blister juice, freshly made your way.
And welcome back to this semifinal at the Saville Shootouts, Saville Center here in Edmonton. G Gim takes their single in the second, does relinquish the hammer to this Canadian team in Serena Gray Withers. Terry, we were just sort of talking, I think, in the first end just about this Gray Withers team playing on home ice and understanding the conditions and playing quite aggressively. This will be their first time with the hammer. Curious to see how they approach this one.
Yeah, I think just by throwing that one short, Team Gim's trying to force the play into the middle.
So Zoe Cinnamon of Cochrane, Alberta, throwing the first two stones. Waiting for this one to break on them, but it does look like it's maybe just a few feet heavier than anticipated. And we see the other games in play there. Anderson, as mentioned, taking on Tabitha Peterson. They've had a really good run so far. Undefeated. Look on Park and remember the other Japanese team. You see the men's side on the other side. Of course, Shannon Burchard rejoining that squad. The Anderson rink, and Carly Burgess, who is cousin to Lindsay on this sheet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if Shannon's playing this game or if she's out and the alternate's in.
Come around here from the Korean side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good throw.
Sits just behind the button. This maybe comes down to, we're just mentioning how aggressive Gray Withers can play.
Mm-hmm.
This is quite a peculiar setup through the first three stones of the end. In-turn draw here for Zoe, University of Alberta curler.
I like how the front end players kind of walk down the ice with them to get a really accurate time and just to get a sense of the speed.
And a great shot there from Cinnamon. Really good weight. And it looks like they
Really
might actually
is.
be 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to tell, but it's pretty close. Out-turn draw here for Suji Kim. I guess maybe looking to either freeze or tap onto that yellow stone on the button.
Yeah, by the looks of it. I mean, that was such a good shot by Zoe. I mean, this is pretty good too.
Just smacks it right on the top of the button.
I mean, this is kind of I guess it's not a problem, but you've shrunk the scoring zone here really early in the end. So now you kind of gotta anticipate that you're going to be playing around that 4 foot for the most of the end. You know, if she just ticked, now she's going to tick her own.
They got lucky with the jam at the back, but Burgess really encouraging her teammates on the sweep. Just wasn't enough to bring that one back.
Mm-hmm.
Now there is a bit of a yellow wall forming at the back here, it looks like.
For sure.
What do you sort of see as their options here, Terry?
Well, I mean, if you're Jim, because you don't have the hammer, I think there's no problem with coming in again. It's just you don't want to leave the rock in a position where it can be doubled off. But like you said, there's a wall building up back there, so I think it might make this a little safer. But this thing's got a lot of curling to do. You do not want to leave this way out there or just side by side.
How's that for a spot? It looks like an easy jam, but might be able to get them both moving here for Ray Withers.
Yeah, I think the red one, the red rock that was just thrown. If she hits this, I mean, they're not going to throw a ton of weight. It'll flop out into the open towards that lonely yellow rock behind the tee line on the 8 foot.
Running a bit wide there for the skipper. Burgess having her first shot run wide. This one can be helped over though.
Yeah.
It's a really good sweep there from the skipper too. Pretty quick to hop on that rock
Yeah.
and across the tee line. I think maybe even they're joking about that, but that was so key to push that rock to the back because suddenly, I mean, sitting second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Yes.
It's a pretty good outcome regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So quick discussion time. Do you like hitting that stone that the Korean players are kind of crowding around and just coming down to about there.
Which one are they talking about hitting?
I think they're talking about hitting the one on the there, that
like,
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I do because, you can hit half a rock on the low side, roll it into that pile there. Excuse me. Making the double is, excuse me, is obviously key. But at the same time, I mean, it's not the only shot. It's about, what you think. Excuse me. I'm gonna need a drink of water.
Yeah, I was
or
gonna say
a drink of something.
I'll take over here for it, Terry. Looks like the hit is that. The play rather is the hit off that yellow stone. A roll in is good. Getting rid of a couple yellows is also a good result for this team, who is under a bit of pressure here in this third end by the Canadians. Great sweep to try to get a big chunk of this. Looks like they might be on the thin side.
They're good, yeah.
They do come to a decent spot.
Yeah, that worked out. And I mean, and I think that's why I kind of like that shot in particular, is that it would have been nice to make the double and leave it at that. But I mean, the roll was so there all day.
Looks like Clifford has been assigned kind of a down weight hit to try to at least move these two red rocks around.
Yeah, I think, I think she can get to the inside, without a great deal of difficulty. There it goes.
Chance to curl this one over.
Yeah, so she's going to jam on the back.
So that wall at the back is not as yellow as before, but most importantly, I think for Grey Withers, they do have a yellow stone above the tee line, and that's really the problem stone. Hard to get at, considering where that guard is.
So I don't know whether Kim thinks the red one is shot or not. She's certainly looking at coming into that. You're right. The problematic stone for her is that yellow one on the top four. Going to be easily promoted, even if she makes this.
Sweepers going right away. They likely don't like the weight. The line looks okay, but they will come up a bit short.
Short, yeah.
This will certainly complicate things for the Korean team.
And it will, yes.
So Grey Withers initially had that thought to come down to the red, but tapping up the yellow was another option. I mean, I think we know that this team can't really activate those yellow stones behind the reds, but with the eye towards a deuce, Terry, what do you sort of see as their best option?
Yeah, too. You almost would like to, just tap that yellow one. But I mean, and the reason I say that is because if you make this, Kim just follows you down. There's room, but I suppose then you got the tap. I don't know what I like the best.
Kathleen Clifford here. Out turn. Does seem like a straight side to the shoot. They're not giving a ton of ice for these draws.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really hanging on them too.
It is, yeah.
The sweepers are able to switch back. Yeah, the sweepers switch back. Now they are comfortably sitting 2. I think we can say that confidently based off of that overhead angle. What a mess.
Yeah, the good thing about that is, I mean, even if Gim comes down to it, I mean, you know, the way they like that middle red one's going nowhere. But now if Gim comes down to it, you know, the yellow one's going nowhere. Because it'll be red, yellow, red. But and she can't really afford, I don't think, to come inside, because then Grey Withers just plays the top on their own and could potentially sit, I would think, 3, but 2 for sure. This is interesting. Because where she's talking about right now, I mean, I think Grey Withers could come down, tap that, because like I say, that yellow's really not going very far, and maybe you can't move the red one far enough. This is probably a 2-shot. Strategy call anyway.
We are up to skip stones here. Eun-Ji Gim, the leader of this Korean side. 3-time reigning Korean champions. Won the Korean National Curling Championship. Most recent time around to represent the nation at the Olympics. The outturn come around to the back. Again, another tricky line. It doesn't look like it's curling as much as we've seen in previous games. Look at this movement here. What a carve this is. Brings that right in. Excellent shot from this Korean team. It does look accessible, but a really, really tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, she can see a sliver of it from the hack. I mean, I wonder if you don't just, you know, throw a peel weight and try and pick it. And I only say that given that she's got that one top 4, you know, above the tee line.
So it looks like that is the planned shot based off the broom on the ice here.
Mm-hmm.
Really big shot. It will just appear to be slightly buried to her view too from the left hack. Great opportunity here for this Edmonton team as they look to get on the board here in this semifinal. A little up, but the sweeper's also calling straight too. Or my apologies, line caller's calling it straight. They've got to beat this second red stone. They won't beat the first one. Ticks the guard. And really was a really difficult shot, Terry. I don't want to call it all or nothing, but certainly had a lot of aggression behind it, because now Team Gim can really set themselves up here.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. You just look at it and geez, you throw that peel on the yellow that's top 4, get hit what you can see. You run the red into the yellow probably squirts, the red hits the yellow through that hole, and red sits 4.
Yeah, good call.
Want to take that on?
Yeah. How best to protect this stone? I guess they're sort of seeing staggering those guards, force Grey Withers to almost tap up that yellow, maybe? Like,
yeah.
That would have to be awfully precise, as you can see it here. Like,
well, you know what? The fact that, I was just saying it'd be interesting to run that yellow into the slash the yellow into the red. You know what? I mean, that won't be available seriously for Grey Withers because of the way they're set up. I mean, she'd have to just like tap the.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I'm probably
Right.
throwing a guard here, like literally. I'm not messing around with what looks like a really good situation.
And I think this team is comfortable to take a chance on grabbing another single, this time stealing one. Taking it wide, looking to get to the outside of that red stone in the top 12. Going to add another piece of granite to this house. Got to bring this over. It looks like they will cover the hole. So job done for the Korean team, and Grey Withers doesn't really look like she has a choice. Or that, yeah, that's another option too.
Yeah, good on her for even seeing this.
Yeah.
Three-quarters of a rock, you might be able to make this. I still think that yellow that's frozen on the red, I think it's gonna jump out.
Yeah, for sure.
And the red one's gonna sit there for the second shot. But like I say, I don't know when you look at it. I mean, that top is, I don't know. Well, I suppose you definitely could get there for one, but
it doesn't look natural, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So final stone here in this third end. Grey Withers not exactly how she had it drawn up, but there is a shot to get a couple points out of this end. Their first attempt with the hammer here in this semifinal. Letting it hug the center line as it comes down. It's got to curl up a little bit. I think they like the line.
No.
Narrowly missed that red stone, just biting the button. So it'll be a steal of 1 for Team Gim. They'll be up 2-0 as we head into the fourth end. We'll bring you that action right after these messages.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
We're back here for the fourth end in this semifinal at the Saville Shootout, the Saville Center here in Edmonton, Alberta. Team Gim versus Team Grey Withers. Marty Thompson and Terry Corbin with you. Yeah, Terry, super close on that shot, and you get your two, and you're looking pretty good, but yeah, quite slim margins for this hometown team.
Yeah, it was an exciting end, though, to watch. I mean, again, really good execution at the right time. And, yeah, I mean, if you saw a few more ends like that, I mean, they take a little longer to play, but they certainly are entertaining.
We'll take this time to make a quick, not quite a correction, but a quick clarification on earlier in the game. We were talking about the Canadian Olympic process, naming our Olympic athletes, and I just didn't want to commit, Terry. That was all. I just didn't have it in my notes, but we can confirm that, yes, mixed doubles athletes can also qualify for the four-person. I was pretty sure on that. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty sure, but I just didn't want to mislead anybody. So just want to clarify that.
Well, I just want to clarify. I've been misled many, many, many times, and I just get used to it.
I get used to it too, but you know, you hate to do it to somebody else. So Redstone at the back of the house here for the team without Hammer and Gim, and one corner from this Edmonton side, but looks like they're going to try to come around the middle here with Zoe Cinnamon second.
Yeah. And this will probably just be a preference or comfort thing. You know, a lot of times when coaching junior and they throw a corner guard and then they go around like the middle one, and you go like, so why did you throw the corner guard? Did it look like there was a lonely spot on the ice? But yeah, no, I mean, I think in that case, or this case here, it made sense.
Kim here looking to chase that rock down.
Yep. And again, I mean, I don't think this team has any fear of playing in and around the forefoot.
And a little bump back. I think we can say from the games we've watched earlier, even with Caitlin Laws too, Terry, that they've really given the skip here, Serena, lots to think about, lots of really nice shot making, especially through the leads and second stones that have certainly given this Canadian skip pause and how to execute her game plan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think this is important, you know, for Lindsay. I mean, they don't want to bump this. They would just like to freeze to it. But it looks like it's got more than enough weight to freeze. In fact, they're going to miss the whole entire rock.
Game here as we come through second stones, just looking to take control of that front of the house
Mm-hmm.
Taking a quick look at the other semifinal here. You can just kind of see it in the edge of your screen. Carrie Anderson now up 4-2 over Tabitha Peterson. They grabbed another deuce in the fourth end. They've been trading deuces here. Peterson has the hammer in fifth. Meanwhile, on the med side, Cameron DeYoung, we mentioned giving up that 4 spot in the first, did rebound for a deuce in the second, but did give up another single in the third, so they're down 5-2. They do have the hammer in the fourth. And in the other semifinal, Jonathan Tao and Matthew Blandford of Edmonton and Vancouver, respectively. That game is tied 2-2. Tao with the hammer in the fourth.
Yeah, so I think here Team Grey Withers is being very offensive-minded. They're going to try and slash that red across, and they've got a catcher there with the yellow on the red, so they could potentially sit 2 after this. This has got some heat on it, which obviously it needed to. This is really close to being made. Yep.
Makes lots of granite roll here. And I think most importantly, just kind of kicks that red stone out so it's just a little out to the elements. Kim likely looking to protect this, just trying to put something in the front that kind of gives it that Christmas tree effect.
Yeah.
These are all behind the tee line as well, which we saw a very similar situation in the previous end. Grey Withers just unable to really activate those stones at the back. Some shot making from Gim made that not a possibility. However, this might be the kind of mistake that this Canadian team needs as they go deep on their draw. That is melded to the one at the back 8, though. Clifford set in the hack here, ready to throw. Grey Withers, who's throwing the yellow stones, looks to remove a red and continue to apply some pressure. Quite a run this team has had early on in this season and at this event. It's like another chance to put some pressure on here.
Yeah, I just noticed, you know, on her release there, like she seemed to be sliding tight and then got it all the way out to the broom. So that's the first time I've, you know, kind of really noticed that kind of release. I don't know if that was just, you know, she slid wide, or I'm sorry, she slid narrow and got it out, or whether my eyes have been closed most of the weekend.
I don't think that is the case, that's for sure. Good result, though, I guess, moving that redstone. It looks like it is in play, but it's not in the rings at the back. And that redstone still in the forefoot, awfully exposed.
Yeah.
When you sort of see here, just trying to come in off that yellow, is that what they're doing?
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say, you know, with that broom, are they playing the straight draw, or are they playing the, you know, chap off the yellow?
You shall see here with Vice stones coming from Moonji Kim. Two-time Grand Slam winner herself. Really quiet weight, that's for sure.
Yeah, I like the straight draw myself, but I mean, oh, yeah, wow.
What a great shot. Just absolutely melds it to the back four. And suddenly Gray Withers is in a position where it's going to take a few stones herself to remove that rock. And they've really only got 3 to go here. Clutch shot.
Yeah, it really was. So this is another in-turn, so I'm gonna have a real good look. That certainly was nowhere near what the previous slide was, so.
Fighting to bring this back here. Berg is such a powerful sweeper. Little chap off the yellow wouldn't be the end of the world, but it is a big chap off. It will roll to be shot and somewhat protected by that guard. But we've seen how much the rocks curl here, Terry. I'm curious, yeah, if they don't just try to come right back in. Really put some pressure on, even though they don't have the hammer. Could get a really good shape, even if they just freeze on it, right?
Well, and I mean, again, shrink that scoring zone. I mean, if you get even just on top of it, you know, it's going to be difficult for Team Gray Withers to you know, score 2. You know, every time I see the, you know, these shots where, you know, you could go, I'll have to wait until we get back to the overhead. So where the yellow rock beside the broom, like just hitting on the inside of that, clip the red almost around the horn, you know, and can get everything moving. Because you would hit the red, the other red, and the yellow. The yellow easily flies, and you know, you might even be able to move that yellow one just a tad to be shot rock out with the red one. I know I'm dreaming, but just every time I see that, you know, okay, the round the horn. So how could this work? And I love those shots.
Unfortunately, they're only ever attempted if they're needed. In this case,
I know.
Not necessarily needed, because it looks like they can get a pretty good
this.
outcome just by punching that out. Looks like they're sitting 2.
They are. Yeah, they are.
Really nice spot. Neither red is going anywhere. Just a really nice finesse shot there from the skipper.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you sort of see here for Gray Withers in her vice and Clifford?
The Holy Bible and a meeting at the back of the house. So I'm just trying to picture this hitting this one on the nose. It's the red one on the back of the button's going absolutely nowhere. The one you're going to hit's going to come back into that pile, which, you know, you probably lose the other yellow one. So red ends up sitting 1. Yeah.
Serena Gray Withers. Her first, a chance to get some points on the board here with the hammer. Really nice carve in to get some movement. They do have that yellow stone. Yeah, rolling towards. It is certainly shot. And it's most importantly just in the front of that pile. That's a good angle there. Gave him in a bit of trouble.
Well, I mean, again, I think you just remember, you know, what was the goal at the start of the end? Would you be happy giving up one, or not happy, but would you accept giving up one without the hammer? I think ultimately you could come down to that yellow rock that where the broom is right now. I don't think you ever want to bump that yellow one that's shot rock. I don't think you want to move that anywhere. So, you know, putting that aside, I mean, how do you get or kind of protect against giving up two?
So it looks like they're going to come down on the out-turn side.
I think playing this. Because if after this is over, if you come down to the yellow one that is shot rock, I don't think you get second shot. It'll be outside the 4 foot just.
Pre-game chat is complete.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. I mean, I don't think you...
They've really got to work to get this off the guard. I think they will just... No, it ticks. Where does this go? Wow, it pushes Gray Withers certainly into first and second shot territory.
Uh-oh.
That was a difficult miss.
Yeah.
Really good sweeping to get that off, but just got such a thin spot that you gave them 2 points. Now the question is, though, Terry, like that draw has to be pretty good to get 3 to get in there.
But it's there, you know? Definitely there.
Wow, a real gift for this Edmontonian team. Yeah, there certainly is a path. You're right. The pin is available. You can just see it to the left of that yellow stone. Anywhere in that little alleyway will be enough to give this team 3 points. Great opportunity here from Gray Withers, getting a miss out of this Korean team and having the ability to take the lead here heading into halftime.
Yeah, you know, as difficult as this shot is, I mean, not that you don't not want to make other shots, but you really want to make this one. Not only is it, you know, getting a rock to the button, but I mean, it's kind of come out of, you know, nowhere. You were looking at, you know, scoring 1 probably. Now you've got this chance to score 3 all of a sudden.
Really careful with this stone.
Definitely got some weight on it.
They don't get the tick. Now, do they bump it out? They do. So really difficult situation.
But they still get 2, I think.
Certainly 1.
Yeah.
They did tap that redstone. Yeah, it does look like that redstone. You see a little bit of yellow on the outside there, the 4 foot.
Wow, now if you've gone from literally a two score to maybe only getting 1. Or is this a measure for 3? I don't know. They pulled that rock away.
I think they've just got the one, I believe. Yeah, I mean, you get so few misses, especially late in ends at this level, and a bit of a missed opportunity for this Canadian team. We can even almost see the dial. Say that's about 3 o'clock, give or take. Great camera work here from our team. Yeah, amazing. And this one does not register. So it looks like it will be just one for Team Serena Gray Withers. We will be right back with the fifth end. The Koreans have the hammer, and they're up 2-1.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Hello and welcome to the Saville Shootout here at the Saville Center here in Edmonton, Alberta. The semifinals are here. We are halfway through this semifinal matchup between Team Serena Gray Withers and Team Eunji Kim of South Korea. Marty Thompson and Terry Corbin with you on this broadcast. Terry, you know, we just saw that fourth end, a wild end to that frame. Uncharacteristic misses by both skips, but it was funny. We were just talking about off air. It really did look like Team Gray Withers thought they were going to get a little wick on that guard. And the fact they didn't just ended up really cost them a point that was just sitting on the board.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like these things can easily happen when you get this many rocks in play. And I like I say, I love the fact that the teams are willing to, you know, go all out, open for, and one gave a gift and the other said, yeah, I'm not interested.
A really nice hit there by Zoe Cinnamon. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said, so she only gets the one when she had two without throwing.
Taking a quick look at some of the other semifinals. Carrie Anderson and Tabitha Pearson continue to throw deuces each other's way. You just see the game there off to the right of your screen. So Carrie Anderson gave up two to Tabitha Peterson. They're now tied 4-4. Meantime, on the other side, the other half of the sheet, we do have our two men's semifinals. We're just mentioning off camera, Cameron DeYoung giving up that 4 spot, really difficult situation, but he's clawing back 2 deuces in the second and fourth, meaning that's now 5-4. Although Scott Dunham, who does have the lead, does also have the hammer. Meantime, you can also sort of see that Jonathan Tao team, there they are. They're in competition with the Matthew Blanford side. They're up 4-2. Blanford does have the hammer, though, in the fifth. Back to our feature game here. Gim with the hammer and with the rock. Pretty neatly guarded behind that low guard. Gray Withers side attempting to attack it. Looks like they might need to carve this over a little bit. Not a ton of weight on this as well. And it will land short and not nearly far enough. Gim looking to just hit and roll underneath, I guess, eh? Really clutch shot here. If they can get a nice roll, they'll be in great position. Sweepers managing this quite well. They do get a slight roll. Might just be difficult enough here for Gray Withers. Lindsay Burgess now throwing her second of 2 stones. Dalhousie grad. Again, this team beat Caitlin Laws in the quarterfinal, thoroughly outplayed their higher ranked foes. Full value to be here. And their full value to win the U25 Next Gen Classic Curling Canada put on. There's Lindsay Burgess. World champion junior curler as well in 2018. And there's her cousin right there, Carly on the other sheet.
Sorry about that.
Big sweep from this Korean team to bring this over. Terry, this is a difficult set here for this Canadian team. Koreans hitting 3 in the rings.
Yeah, first things first, let's, make it double and turn the house over and see what happens.
Green Clifford. Some big weight. We've seen her make this shot time and time again, just outside of the center line, letting it creep across. They just almost get the double. Agonizingly close with that weight. Any brush
Really
by
is.
would have been enough. So close.
One thing again here, I like, this call was really decisive. Going to the wings on the right-hand side. I mean, she didn't even kind of think too much about it. She didn't ask for input, just boom.
Yeah, you just see this Yellowstone now. Also protecting this one in the top 4. Put this in a good place. Could be in trouble.
Make sure you're in the rings, yeah.
Yeah, it does look a little light. This Korean team looks like they failed to capitalize again. You've got to be There's got to be third shot, but they will not be. They come up quite short. Well, I don't think Serena Gray Withers thought that was going to happen, but she's pretty quick to call for the run back. I mean, it's pretty short.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real lifeline in this end. Could be sitting too. Sitting one, rather. Sitting as well. It's like Clifford's calling a little tighter line. Might be something to you pointed out there just with that tighter slide she had.
Yeah, she just, like I say, I did notice this yesterday, but she just seems to be sliding a tad bit narrow and then getting it out to the broom. Now that one she didn't. That looked like a really good release. She wants it to curl. She's got it.
That looks quite good. And it does actually roll over. How far does it go? Not quite enough, but
I like that because you're grouping rocks now, you know, and she's trying to get out of this without giving up an easy deuce. And it looked at one point where, you know, 3 was in play. So I think she really likes what's happened here in the last 2 shots.
The story of the game is there's been some pretty high profile misses from both teams, but of course this is early in the season, September 7th.
Right.
Managing this one just to
nice.
Get that by the Reds.
Yeah. Now by trying to, you know, create some separation, now she's left Gray Withers with an opportunity to hit and roll in behind that. So
yeah, these 2 guards might just come in handy. And we're saying this to the outset of the event. You know, early on in the season, it's when you get these teams that are certainly on the come up and teams that are maybe outside of that total elite group. Not to besmirch this Serena Gray Withers team, but you know, early on in the season is when you can really upset the apple cart, and when you can come out and if you're playing well, you know, you just have a greater chance of succeeding against teams that maybe aren't in their final form. And I think this team is it's proven in this event that they're more than capable of being ready to take on some of the world's best, especially in this environment. Just with loads of confidence.
yeah, I mean, just you know, even if you build that reputation of you know, being one of those nice roll, you know, build that reputation of being a team that can knock you off at any given time. I mean, never hurts to have a reputation of being you know, one of those teams that are up and coming, and you take them lightly, and you'll end up getting a sore neck turning around and asking yourself, where did that come from?
So this Korean side looks like they're going to try to clear out this guard. Well, I guess it's maybe biting, but guarding that shot stone and having their shooter roll to be second or third.
Yeah.
Certainly have eyes for a big end still. Trying to bring this over to get a big chunk. Now, do they end up calling it audible?
Yeah.
They won't need to.
No, they're going to get it. They're going to get exactly what they called. Oh, well, maybe it will roll too far.
It gears back ever so slightly, and awkward over there too for Gray Withers. Wasn't like they gave him an easy double. But I guess she just knows this and give this Korean team a real run to get their deuce if they want it. Dead nose should probably put the Korean team in a forced position, it looks like. Final stone here for Grey Withers. This has been a real dogfight, 2-1 in the 5th end. Winner of this moves on to the Saville Shootout final later this afternoon. Take on the winners of the other semifinal, Carrie Anderson and Tabitha Peterson. Been low scoring, but certainly lots of action. And they get that little roll in. So Gim looks like just going to hit, stick, take their one. Not the first time they've been in this position this game where they've just sort of been a little pragmatic, Terry, and just taking their point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to. I mean, again, to make that double, you'd have to throw it pretty hard, and it's not worth the risk here. I mean, I'd rather be up 3-1 than tied 2-2.
So final stone here in the 5th end. And G. Gim looking to put a point on the board.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, looks pretty good, clear sailing.
And no mistake from this veteran skip. Little roll into the 4-foot for good measure. So make it 3-1. The South Koreans have the lead. Grey Withers will have the hammer in the 6th. We will be right back with that end after this.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
And welcome back to the Saville Shootout semifinals here. Team Serena Grey Withers taking on Team G. Gim. Grey Withers down by 2, but they do have the hammer in the even ends here. You see Gim just a little heavy with their first stone. Likely didn't mean for that to be in the rings, but neither did Zoe Cinnamon and this team out of Edmonton. They also fall a little deep, so a chance for Gim's lead here, Unsol rather, to hit and roll here. 2 mistakes from the leads early on.
Yeah. I mean, the all important, as we say, sixth end.
They do get
Clearly,
bunched up.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the Red Rocks do get bunched up at the front of the house. You go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, Team Gim has really seemed to, for the most part, look like they've had the more favorable positions in the house. Sometimes that's the result of making a really good shot, but it does feel, like Gim has controlled a little bit more of the game, and is definitely, uh, full marks for having a 3-1 lead. I mean, I quickly am reminded about, Team Grey Withers having that 2 in the bag and throwing the last shot and only got 1, but
right.
It really does feel like, Gim is leading this game.
Yeah, shot making has certainly been there from the Korean side. Quick scoreboard update from elsewhere here at the Saville Shootout. All the semifinals taking place right now here in the ice shed. We have Carrie Anderson taking a 5-4 lead. They got a single in the 6th, trading 2-pointers since the second end there. They're taking on Tabitha Peterson.
Yeah, I hope she tells Tabitha, look, I only took 1 this end. Like, you can only take 1.
I think that would put them in a position to have the hammer at the in the last end. So that's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
And be tied, of course. And we do want to update you on the men's semifinals. We just mentioned Cameron DeYoung really battling back now, tied the game 5-5 after giving up 4 in the first end. This is a really nice shot there, removing some red stones here from Grey Withers. That would be Burgess with the throw. Yeah, that game is now tied 5-5. They're taking on Scott Dunham of Philadelphia. And in the other semifinal, Matthew Blanford, I think he's almost taking control here. 5-4, took a 3 spot in the 5th end, but Johnson Tao does have the hammer in the 6th. As we mentioned, the all-important 6th end. Switching back to this game, Grey Withers certainly wants to generate something in this 6th to retain that hammer advantage. They certainly have their guards, but might need a bit of help, including on this shot as Team Gim's throw just sails just behind.
Mm-hmm. This time, Serena is choosing to not follow down and shrink the scoring area. She's asked Lindsay to remove one of those rocks out front, which is her own, and run it into the pile, which she did.
Does
love
this
to
stick
see this
around?
stay on, yeah. And
it does.
Like the call.
Yeah, just a couple ways you could have made it, right? Even if you went and just removed it, that's okay too. But getting this yellow rock here changes the focus. As you can see, the Korean team is forced to take it on.
Yeah.
Battling to keep this out. Looks like they will get the hit and a little roll. You don't see a world where they would try to hit and roll that redstone on the outside to get behind cover. I guess this is really the focus, though, is to get into the middle. You do see that, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because it comes down to where the focus is, and in reality, the button is exposed. So
Yeah,
maybe you
I
want to get
mean,
there first.
yeah, that's possible, I guess. But I think if you play that one on the outside, I mean, even if Gim comes around, I mean, you'll have access to that one way or the other, in turn, out turn. I might be inclined to this being the first rock of the thirds.
Swinging in towards the button here. Catherine Clifford. This trajectory looks pretty good.
Yep.
An excellent little spot for that yellow stone.
I think you're just making it difficult to, generate a deuce potentially here. But all it takes is, one miss. So.
The intern coming from Minji Kim.
This has got a lot of curling to do. There it goes. You want to keep it going. Yep.
A little tap.
Well done.
Yeah, decent spot. What is Gray Withers' path to scoring multiple in this end here, Terry? It's really got to come by playing off this redstone first, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the good news is you can run it back into that. The yellow runs into the red on the back four there, or full eight. I can't tell which it is, but I don't know that I like the weight call, but unless she's trying to roll that thing way over underneath.
Second shot coming here from Clifford. Canada's flag bearer of the University Games. Closing ceremonies, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned that.
Carve coming here from Burgess. Now this contact, pretty crucial.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow has changed the shape, but gosh, it's hard not to see Gim with an advantage in this, no?
Well, yeah, because I think the red still goes back onto the yellow.
Question is, what kind of weight do they want to throw?
Mm-hmm.
Green side throwing the red rocks. They like to call a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Harry, what do you think the main considerations are with this shot and how they're going to try to line up? Keep in mind, they don't have the hammer.
Yeah, I know. The fact that that does go back onto the red, I might kind of think about tapping the yellow into the red, which goes into the yellow, and try and gain a little bit more control of the top of the 4 foot there.
Kim pleading her case to I think hit that yellow with some speed.
Yeah, not a fan
have a big rollover, yeah. I guess the one advantage to that is if you could get under the corner guard, but again, this team does not have hammer. I think if it's a reverse of fortunes, there might be a little more of a discussion towards that. But based off the broom placement we just saw there, it looks like the skipper is going to be protecting what they have here and throwing up a guard.
Yeah, it's you're down to 2 shots each.
So with the guard in place, came on the guard on the other side, a little high. Grey Withers may have to come around on the outturn side at something. We'll have to take a look, see where this rock ends up. First of the 4 skip stones here from Gim.
Yeah, the good news is I mean, I think that the red goes back onto the yellow. I think the tough part about playing that guard is, just keeping it in a position where it's of value to you. Curls so hard there, but I mean, I think she's done what she's needed to do.
So now the team that does not have hammer, or that does have hammer rather, is looking at hitting that yellow and rolling out towards the wings. Yeah, it looks like you could, jamming that redstone doesn't necessarily matter. It might be exposed out to the other side. And you really free up that 4th foot, which you certainly need to do right now.
Yeah, I honestly, kind of wondered, again, the distortion makes it seem like it's more than plausible when you have the other shot. I was thinking, you could come at that, Grey Withers could come at this with the outturn and tap that red one probably through to the back 8.
Right.
Which wouldn't be obviously a bad scenario.
That big set there. Waiting for it to come back. They seem to like the line pretty thin, but they do smudge it out. What an excellent shot there from Grey Withers. Those 2 yellow stones underneath buried. They got that red pretty clean, Terry.
Yeah, I don't want to say this, but I don't think that was I don't think that's what they had in mind. But hey,
no doubt a fantastic result, right? Just a total, like a great result. They do have access on the outturn side here, the Koreans. Chance to really close down the scoring area and really apply some pressure. It's not like Grey Withers has a decent slash or anything. If you sink one here right on the side of the button, they might be in trouble. Final stone here from the Koreans. They have a 2-point advantage here in the 6th end. Offense is the best defense. A draw here could put them in great position for the rest of the game.
Yeah, just the way they're sweeping it, it needs to curl, but they're close.
Looking to get glued on this back one. It's coming in. Oh, just about perfect.
No, it is perfect, really. I mean, I don't know how you remove that. I really don't. You can tell by the way they were sweeping it, from about 10 feet in, that it was awful close.
What a great carve. Grey Withers really up against it here. Not the easiest shot to get your one either, is it?
You're right.
So they see that, the long run on this guard. I don't think we need to remind anyone just how difficult that shot is, but comes down to what this team is willing to risk at this point in the game. You give up one here, you're in real trouble. You lose that extra hammer advantage that you get when you have the hammer in the even ends. So playing the scoreboard, that looks like that's the call. Yellow, yellow, red. Honestly, potentially only for one.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
Not an easy scenario for this team. Playing on ice they know quite well here in Edmonton. One of the stories of the event, for sure, a young team playing well. Taking down a big name in the quarterfinal, and Caitlin Laws. Clutch shot here. Final stone in the sixth end here. Serena Gray-Withers, her team's skip, with a long angle run. Looks like it's floating on them. They will hit that guard, and red will take 1 point, so make it 4-1. So we now go into the seventh. Serena Gray-Withers does retain hammer, though. We'll be right back for that end after this.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Twister juice, freshly made, your way.
She needed to.
Hello and welcome back. Semifinals here at the Saville Shootout in Edmonton, Alberta. Team Gray-Withers versus Team Gim. 4-1 advantage for Team Gim here in this one. Marty Thompson and Terry Corbin with you on the call. Terry, it really just has been, I think, last end as another example of this, you know, just the skipper from this Korean team in Eunji Gim, just making those one or two shots that she really needs to when it counts. And as we just saw on that end, just giving absolutely nothing for the opposing team to deal with on their last.
Absolutely. You know, I think I can remember at least, you know, two ends, including the last end, where her last shot was an absolute pistol. And she's also made, you know, a pistol on her first one in a couple of ends where, things were looking rather good for Grey Withers. And I think that is actually the story. And Serena has not been able to, and I mean, you can't fault her either. The degree of difficulties on her shots have been extremely high. The only one that you can kind of say, like, maybe you should have just parked that one in the hack before you threw it, was the one where she was sitting two. The end she was sitting two and elected to try and draw for three, threw it a little,
Yeah.
heavy and took out her second counter. And but that's the only shot that you can say, well, that that was a difficult shot for three. But I mean, there was, I guess, if you're going to err, I mean, you probably err on the side of being short. But yeah, I think Kim has been the story of this game.
Taking a quick look around the other sheets here in action. Cameron DeYoung, what a rebound this has been. Stole 2 points in a row to take a 6-5 lead over Scott Dunham.
Wow.
In the meantime, in the all-Canadian semifinal, Matthew Blanford also stole one in the 6th to make that 6-4. But yeah, what a comeback here from Cameron DeYoung, digging out of that 4 spot they gave up in the first end. It was a steal, by the way. And in the other semifinal, the winner of this game will take on the winner of this one, Carrie Anderson, Tabitha Peterson, Manitoba versus Minnesota. And just got this score in just seconds ago. Carrie Anderson with a steal of 2 to take a 7-4 lead going into the 8th. So all likely taking on Carrie Anderson in the final of this one here at the Saville Shootout.
So yeah, it just goes to show you again, if you're going to give up 4, do it in the first end.
There's the old trope coming back, eh? Always coming back to haunt me personally, because that's
right.
always happened to me. So.
What a great shot here by Kim's second, Suji Kim.
Yeah, really good spacing for these red stones. And Grey Withers not with the best setup again. I guess that's another storyline in this game too, just not having the greatest set, especially going into the second and thirds. Deliveries, just trying to frame up the ends correctly.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to that last shot by Team Gim. I mean, you can't take anything out. So where do you put it? And a lot of teams, might think, well, I'm going to guard that double on the center line, but Gim decides to come behind that corner guard, and she actually taps it far enough to sit 3. Now again, here, this is a pretty good shot here, but in that she leaves her the yellow one still in play. But now it's rip time, and there won't be many draws made by Gim, I don't think, from here on in, unless she's absolutely forced to, maybe to save an end. But looks like it's time to turn on the hitting machine.
It's just revving up now.
Yeah, I can hear it in the background.
Suji Kim here throwing second stones for this Korean national champion. Olympic athletes incoming. Trying to keep this rock straight. Oh, good adjustment there. Getting a thick part of it. Can they wick out that yellow? They nearly did at the back. A little smile there too. So close to making that shot.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I guess Grey Withers really just has to go up the middle and just attack these two that are staggers. And you see that back 8 weight. I guess they're going to try to push this back and make a bit of a wall.
Yeah, need a little backing there. Let's push it back and see if we can't have these come into play to help us.
Really precise shot here from Lindsay Burgess. They need it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little kerrang, and it makes a wall for sure, not as deep as they wanted to, but at least those 2 rocks that are in the 4-foot are behind the tee line.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Team Gim would be more than happy to nose this and not only remove the yellow, but take that red one that's right behind the rock with them. Stack it nicely in the back there. Line them up for the 8th end.
Chance to just punch this yellow stone right through. And they will do just that, playing that really close on that rock at the back of the 4-foot. They don't mind getting rid of it.
Yeah, no, look at it behind there. It's looking really nice. All ready to play the 8th end.
Team Gim looking to be the 2nd Asian team to win this competition in a row after last year was an all-Japanese final, if you remember, Tabata versus Fujisawa, with Tabata coming out on top.
That's right, yeah.
For that in 2023, Heather Nedowin won, if you recall, skipping a team that included Tracy Fleury, Emma Miskew, and Sarah Wilkes. I think you can put the pieces together who was missing in that game.
Yeah.
Little carve over. They will move that red stone out the back and out of the house. But another lonely yellow as Grey Wither struggles to get some sticky yellow rocks around that are able to stay with them for the rest of the end.
Yeah, that was thrown with a little bit more weight than I thought. Punched it, everything right out of the house and rolled out into the open.
Time in the other semifinal, of course, Carrie Anderson won this in 2019 with that foursome, famous foursome now, Val Sweeting, Shannon Burchard, and Remilier.
Yeah, that was the start of things, I think, really, for her. She ended up winning the Scotties 4 years in a row after that in 2020.
That was certainly quite a team, and they've evolved as conditions have seen fit.
Yeah, it's funny, you know. Yeah, so there they are, kind of winning their 4th in a row, and I can honestly say, you know, that's the first time I didn't like Carrie. Okay, you need to let somebody else win, damn it. And then, of course, I think that was the year that they played Rachel, if I'm not mistaken, in the finals. And it was like, okay, you deserve that, lady.
Yeah, no, it was especially during that run of Scotties back to back to back to back. Such a fun team to watch.
Well, and you know, again, my memory's not the greatest, but I think I always remember going like, how'd you win that? Like, you know, did other teams just get afraid of you? Because, you know, there'd be some games, you know, you go like, ooh, you missed that. Ooh, wow. But yeah, no, I like I say, I really liked them, partly because, you know, everybody was against them when they put that team together. You know, you can't have 4 skips playing on the same team. Well, you can if everybody is comfortable, knows their roles, and is willing to, you know, accept those roles. And they did. They were quite content. I mean, for them, I think it was this gives us the best chance at a Canadian championship, and so I'm all in. And so I was so pleased to see them win the first one, and the second one was kind of neat. The third one was, oh wow, these girls are unbeatable. Like, where's Rachel? And then they beat Rachel in the final, and you're going, okay, hold on here.
Of course, that final last year really Rachel Holman is just a complete runaway train as a team, and yeah, certainly felt for that Anderson squad. Yeah, I mean, hopefully in a few years we'll be able to look back at that Anderson foursome. You make a good point, just the skips coming together. But, you know, the Canadian game certainly has a ways to go, had a ways to go, and still does with, you know, trying to catch the dynamism of some of these European and Asian teams, right, where they have just approached the game in a different way, right? And like something as simple as bringing 4 skips together wouldn't be a problem anywhere else. And I think that hopefully, I shouldn't say I think, hopefully that is seen as kind of a turning point in the game in this country where something like that is certainly a little bit more accepted. And just the idea of accepting new roles, taking on new challenges, and just trying to win games by playing a role is the most important factor in the sport.
Yeah, I mean, good point.
First stone here from the skipper from South Korea, chance for a double. Narrowly misses it, but is sitting 1, 2, 3 along the 8-foot and 4-foot in a pretty tricky little line here. What do you see from Gray Withers here? An attempt to crawl back into this game.
Yeah, I think you probably have to, I guess, attack this side of the ice here. And if you could ever, you know, get under that and just top that red one so that it's fourth shot, yeah, got a chance, I think. I mean, you obviously still need a miss, but I mean, at least you can say there's a chance. She really has to. She really has to move that. One so that she sits 2, 3.
First at 2 here for the Alberta skipper. Needing a few points here to get back in this game in the 7th end. Burgess, the broom down, keeping this straight. They certainly want to beat this guard, and they will. Now, what does this roll look like?
Yep.
That's a pretty good result. I'm not sure if they pushed it far enough to count that one at the back, but still an excellent shot. Certainly gives them something.
Yeah, it'd be a shame if they didn't, because you know, they absolutely had to do it, and it was a really good try. Each skip has 1 shot left, so I mean, if she didn't throw, and we know she is going to throw, you know, it would be by looks of it, it would be a shot for 2, which would get her to within 1. But if she moved that, just oh my gosh, you know, I guess curl all your fingers and all your toes and put all your curses in on 1 shot.
Yeah, Kurt certainly could have used a break there, get back in this game.
Yeah.
Final stone here for the Koreans in the 7th end. Looks like they're going to just come around here and try to negate that yellow shot stone entirely. Real veteran play, you just have to have your draw weight down. Anxious to carve this over,
and
too.
She has had her draw weight.
They might come underneath, but that might be okay. They are still shot, and it's still difficult to remove.
Yeah, she's gonna have to play this double, and it's the only shot she has really at 2.
They can't just tap that red back. I guess not, eh? It's, yeah. Crosshouse double.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. So I guess if you don't make it, hopefully you get your one here, because I think a nose hit doesn't get her one. I think she'd have to roll a little bit inside, but this is her only hope and prayer for getting two, which she desperately needs.
Final stone here in the 7th. Serena Gray Withers with another big chance at a double to bring her team back into this game.
Unfortunately, she's not going to get enough of this. And this might be handshakes.
Red takes the one. Korea is now up 5-1 going into the 8th end. And the team quickly reviews, and they will shake that game. So Team Gim will move on to the semifinals against Team Anderson. That game has just wrapped up as well. And we'll have some high-level competition for sure in the final. Really quickly here, Terry Corbin, your thoughts on the game and the result we have here today?
Very impressed by Team Gim, top to bottom, but again, Team Gim and their skip, she just made some great shots at the right time. And I think, ultimately Team Gim had a better rock placements for the most part. And I think they're very deserving of the game. Unfortunately for Serena, she faced a lot of ridiculous difficulty in terms of her shots, and just wasn't able to, make that one that she really needed. So yeah, game over, unfortunately. But I think that that team's they made a good appearance here in this spiel, getting to the semifinals. And I think, that bodes well for her and the message she sends, across the women's curling.
Most certainly a team on the rise in this country. As you can see, the men's games are still ongoing. You can watch them on this very YouTube channel. So be sure to check those out as you await the finals. 3:30 p.m. local time here in Edmonton is when those games are taking place. Until then, for myself, Terry, Connor, and Ryan, who are on production here, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Take care.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.